I was your usual modern day male teenager, the one who would wake up and try and squeeze in 30 minutes of video games before school. Then I'd spend my whole day at school, and then I'd get my bike and try and race back home as fast as I could. I'd run upstairs, load up my PS4 and play GTA 5, FIFA and Call of Duty. I'd sit there and play all the way until about 3 a.m. Then I'd go to sleep, wake up like 7 a.m. and repeat again. And this was like 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, it was even worse. It was just wake up at like 8 a.m, play video games for the whole entire day until like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, go to sleep, wake up, repeat. I remember I used to get told off in class for falling asleep. I used to do this thing where I'd put my arms on the table like this, and I'd put my head in my hands like that. And that was because I was just so sleep deprived that I just felt like I needed to close my eyes for just 5 seconds. I can quite confidently say I was one of those people who wasted pretty much most of my teenage years. And it wasn't just the video games. My diet was literally chocolate, sweets, plus whatever my mum made me for dinner. I was so skinny, I looked borderline anorexic, and I hated it. I hated every single thing about the way that I looked. And I still didn't do anything about it until I turned like 18. Due to my severe video game addiction and the constant need to just be inside all of the time, I started to become really antisocial. I developed this almost hate for being around other people, and it's taken me years of hard work to undo what this self-destructive behavior had done to me, and still to this day it's something that I'm still working on. But you don't have to make the same mistakes I did, so keep watching to find out how. 7 life tips for teenagers. Let's go. Number 1, you don't have as much time as you think. The next minute will pass relatively faster than the minute that just passed. The next month will pass relatively faster than the month that just passed. And the next year is going to pass relatively faster than the year that just passed. And every second, every minute, every day, every month, every year will go by faster and faster. This is why you always hear people saying they feel like as they've got older, time's gone by quicker. So you need to drop the excuse of, I'm only 15 years old right now, I've got 5 more years until I'm 20. Well, trust me when I say this, in the blink of an eye, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be 20 years old. And then in another blink of the eye, you're going to be 25, and then you're going to be 30 all of a sudden. All of a sudden, you're 50 years old. Where's time gone? You've just delayed and delayed and delayed your journey. I haven't been in school for like 5 or 6 years now, but it feels like only yesterday that I was like chucking pens around the classroom and shit. But it shows like now is the best time for you to start like changing your life, because life is moving like this. It's going so quick. I don't know if you saw, but when I was recording before, it was like 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius outside. In America, that's like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. And the sun was just like blaring onto the car, and I was just fighting a battle. You could see as the video goes on, my top was just getting sweaty. I just had to keep wiping my forehead, wiping my neck, wiping everywhere. I was just fighting him. And I was like, I gotta do this video. I've got to do this video. Then I just reached a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. My car has air conditioning, but it's on right now, and as you can hear, there's like this background noise. But I'm getting a mic soon. I think I'm going to get a mic tomorrow that I can actually like plug in under here or plug in here or something, so that the audio is going to be better, and I'll be able to have my aircon on when it's really hot outside. And actually I'll be able to record videos outside, because at the moment in the UK it's so windy all the time outside, so I can actually record videos outside, like in the field, in nature or something. So I guess that's cool. So yeah, I'm going to continue the video here. I'll have the aircon on, but I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it for now. And then my next video is just going to sort of go. But anyway, point number 2 is failure doesn't mean you're weak. Failure doesn't mean you've lost. It doesn't mean you're a weak person. It doesn't mean that you're going to be a failure for the rest of your life. Every time you fail and fuck up, it's helping shape your character and developing you into the person that you one day aspire to be. This strong-willed, successful, powerful person that you eventually want to be one day. The person that you aspire to be like. Look at this picture on the screen I'm about to show right now. Every time you fail, you're just chipping away at yourself to eventually reveal this Greek godlike physique. That's the analogy that we're using for this. So it doesn't necessarily have to be to do with your physique, but imagine it's shaping your character. You're chipping away at this old version of yourself to eventually reveal this new character, this new version of you, this successful version of you. If I told you how many businesses that I've failed over the years, like, you honestly wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. Like, I could probably list you 10 different businesses that I've failed, or that I've tried to start up in the past 3, 4, 5 years that I've failed at. But I'm still here standing. Look, I'm literally starting this YouTube channel. This is like another endeavor for me that I started like a month ago. I'm still here standing because that's what it takes. Picking yourself back up every single time, because the failure doesn't define who you are. You define who you are, not the failure. Number 3, your teenage years are the best years to stack experience and figure out what you like and what you don't like in this world. Just to put it out there, I think school is just a load of BS, and to live a life of freedom and to live a life on your own terms, I guess you don't need school. But obviously you need to stay in school up to a certain age. I'm not sure how it is wherever you're from, but in the UK, I think you need to stay in school by law up until the age of maybe 18. I dropped out at 17. But anyway, that goes against the point. But anyway, you kind of need to stay you kind of need to stay in school until the legal age where you don't have to be in school anymore. But the thing that I think is good about school is the social aspect. You're never going to be around more people in your life, like such a vast amount of people. In my school, there was maybe in each year group or in each grade, there was like 200, 300 people. In some schools, there's like less people, but in my school, so that means in the whole school, there was like 1,000 people. So every single day you're around, like there's 1,000 people around you, and that's like crazy. You don't really get that unless you go to like a really busy shopping mall or something. You're never really around that many people. So I guess that's one part of school that you can enjoy, but the rest of it is just a little bit. One of the things that annoys me the most about school is the fact that they expect you to make a decision on what you want to do for the rest of your life when you're like 16, 17. They're like, right, do you want to be an accountant when you're 30, 35 years old? You need to decide this now. You're 16 years old and you have no idea what you like and what you don't like in life. But we expect you to know if you want to do this when you're 30. You don't know. How are you meant to know what you want to do in the future? You don't know. This is why your teenage years is for stacking experience and to figure out what you like and you don't like. But the school system puts this pressure on you, this expectation that you have to know what you want to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. All I knew is that I wanted to work for myself. That's all I knew. All I knew is that in order for me to get my family out the shit, I had to work for myself. I couldn't go through university and then go get a low, crappy paying job and then go try and work my way up in someone else's business. Fuck that. I was never doing that. I'm never, ever getting a job. But I will say this. Say if I had a family to provide for, like my own family, and my back was against the wall and I had no money, no business, I'm getting a job. So that's not to bash anyone that has a job, because if you don't have your own business, you need a job to make money. So literally, I don't bash anyone that has a job, but it's just for me and what I want in life. It doesn't require a job. It requires for me to work for myself and have my own business, which is what I do now. So my biggest piece of advice for this point is to literally try as many things as you can. Just try and get as much experience. Like, if any opportunity comes up, just try it, because you don't know whether you like it or whether you don't like it. Like, play for this sports team that you want to play for, play football, play basketball, try this business out, try this Steam page, try this other business. Just try everything. Like, anything that you can try, just try it, because you have nothing to lose. Most of you don't really have much responsibility right now. You don't have bills that you have to pay because you're young. Once you get older, once you get into the adult world, you have things that you need to pay for. But when you're a kid, no responsibility means you have more free time and you just have more power over choosing what you want to do. You don't have to go and work a job all day. You have school, but apart from that, your evening, you're not really doing anything. So you can just go and try different activities. You can try and take up running, try and go jogging every day and see if you like it. Try doing a YouTube channel, anything. Like, and especially now, if you get good at one of these things and you find, you know, you might try ice skating and you might feel like you really, really like ice skating. And then you're like, I'm actually going to do this every day and get really good at it. You start that when you're 15 years old. By the time you're 22, 23 years old, you're literally like world-class top 0.001% at it. You could probably make a career with the way the online world is. You could probably make a career out of it now. But you wouldn't have known if you didn't try it in the first place. So stacking experience, that's point number 3, I think. Number 4 is to seek mentorship or role model as soon as possible. Don't know what I'm doing with my hand here, no lie. Anyway, this could be in the real world or online. Finding these people that are ahead of you on your journey is so important to your progress. You could go to them when you feel lost, when you feel like you need advice, or you just need a little bit of accountability. These people are going to be vital for your success on your journey. Let me ask you this question right now. How many times has your father sat down with you and spoke to you about self-improvement, about how to become the best version of yourself? I don't want to bash anyone's parents here, but 95% of you don't aspire to be like your dads. That is my rough estimate of the amount of people. Maybe a few of you here and there are like, yeah, I would like to be like my father, but most of you don't want to be. And that's not to say because they're a bad person or anything. They're just not what you aspire to be like. Maybe they're a little bit overweight. Maybe they treat your mum in a way that's not so nice, or maybe they're lazy, or maybe they're just annoying, too negative, just complaining all the time. Maybe they're just not an entrepreneur and you want to be an entrepreneur, so you don't aspire to be like them. You sort of have to pave your own way in life and figure things out for yourself, and obviously use these role models that you can surround yourself with, and then you can be that role model for your future children. that you didn't have. If you have a role model or someone that inspires you in person, or someone online that, you know, you watch a lot of their content, this is going to really help get you in the right frame of mind to just constantly be leveling up on your journey as a teenager. Number 5, this is one that you probably haven't heard anyone say before, but is to learn to cultivate kindness, empathy and respect in this world. To be respected, you must be respectful to others. Let me repeat that. To be respected, you must be respectful to others. So that means when you're in school, no bullying people, no making jokes about people, no laughing at people, no putting people down, no going on social media on people's accounts and just typing on random people's accounts negative stuff. None of that. Because if your outside world is a reflection of your world within, that means you bullying people and you treating people negatively is a reflection of how you truly feel about yourself within. I don't know if this is a problem with just teenagers or just in the general population of the world, but so many teenagers are just pure haters. It's like they get a kick out of being negative and bullying people. And it's like, you wonder why you feel like you can't achieve anything in your life. This is probably one of the reasons. If you're watching this video, then I'm guessing you're probably a more respectful person than most people. But I want you to just become aware of this point and just think, how do I treat other people? Number 6, your mental health is a priority. Your whole experience of this life is in here. So I think it's safe to say we can't neglect this. I don't know, right now you might be feeling extremely dissatisfied with life. You might be feeling depressed, anxious, negative every single day, or you might be feeling somewhat okay, but you just have this like little bit of dissatisfaction and something that you want to improve your life a little bit. But apart from that, you're sort of okay. Most of my teenage years, I was pretty depressed, and that was due to the fact that I had to move schools when I was 13 years old. So I went from an area that was really poor, and my family didn't have that much money, going to an area where everyone at my school it felt like everyone at my school had money, but my family was still poor. So I'm not sure if you have this in America, but in the UK, we have non-school uniform day because we have to wear uniforms to school. We have to wear like these certain suits, these certain blazers to school. And we'd have certain days of the year where we could come in and wear whatever we wanted. And because I didn't really have any nice clothes, I hated these days so much. Like, everyone else is wearing all their nice Nike shoes, their Nike tracksuits, and I'm here like, I hate this. I don't have any of these clothes that they have. So I have to go in like, and when you're like 13, 14, everyone's opinions matter to you so much. So it almost like destroys you from the inside that you just don't have these nice things. And you sort of almost just feel this envy for others. Like, why do they get to have these things, but I don't? Like, you don't understand. So any type of self-care, whether that's exercising, getting in the sun, meditating, just telling someone your stresses, eating healthy food, any of these things, hygiene, self-care helps keep you in a good place mentally so that you don't have to feel so depressed and so down all of the time. And last but not least, number 7, and maybe one of the most important points in this whole video, is to develop your own why. For me, finding your why is really important because this is a thing that's going to push you and propel you to take action every single day and to turn up on the days that you don't feel like turning up. For example, if you're in school and everyone, laughed at you for being skinny, so you're intrinsically motivated. Your why is to prove everyone wrong and, maybe get a better physique than everyone else. So you just want to prove the haters wrong. And this is why developing your why, I think, is so important to your journey. Because if I tell you right now to start going to the gym, you might go to the gym for a few days, and one day you're going to wake up and you won't feel like going to the gym. So you won't go. And you won't go not because you don't want the result. It's because you're not intrinsically motivated enough to go and pursue that goal and to turn up on the days that you don't feel like it. Whereas if your motivation is the fact that you've been bullied your whole life about this one thing and you want to prove the haters wrong, even on the days where you really don't feel like going, the pain of being bullied and the pain of people putting you down and hating on you is so strong that you're willing to go through with it on the days that you don't feel like going. For me, for example, my reason for pursuing entrepreneurship and making my own money was because of my family's financial situations. The fact that I wanted to help out my family, I wanted to help out my parents a lot more. So I knew that I had to make something work or else they're going to be in the shit pretty much. So find out your why and you're going to find it so much easier to find success and to make progress on your self-improvement journey. Once you understand these 7 tips that I've given you in this video, you're going to become an unstoppable force way ahead of everyone else. Let me know in the comments which tip in this video was your favorite and which one you feel like you're going to implement into your life right now. And also, if you've got this far into the video, you might as well subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You might as well subscribe because you obviously felt like you got some sort of value in this video. Anyway, you got this, bro.